The Fuji Forest of Etrusca did not like to be watched. That was what Captain Elion Varis told his patrol every time the regiment drew the short twig and got assigned border duty along the slopes of Macha. The trees here were older than most of their bloodlines, and older trees remembered old wars. Their branches creaked like muttered curses whenever iron armor brushed too close, and the light between them never fully brightened, as if the sun itself understood that this corner of the country preferred shadows. "Shields up, eyes sharper," Elion said, voice low but carrying through the underbrush. "You are walking through ancestors' grudges." The patrol, 6 elves in powder blue, gold-gilded cuirasses, bearing the sigil of Etrusca, moved in a loose wedge. Nexum sigils glimmered faintly along their gear, runes etched into bracers, threads of mana and chakra work woven into their cloaks to soften the sound of step and breath. Etruscan archers, all of them, though each carried more than a bow. In these days, every soldier worth the name learned to draw on their chakras, to channel at least a flicker of Nexu through a nexus or two. The wind slid down the mountain in thin, cold fingers, carrying the smell of stone, sap, and something else. Something wrong. Saren, youngest of the patrol, slowed. A faint tremor of air brushed his cheek from the left, where the forest thickened around a rocky outcrop. Thumbed uncomfortably. His Nexum always whispered when danger approached, tugging at his ribs like a worried hand, his giver-type nexus itching to shield and warn. "Captain," Saren murmured, "do you feel that?" Elion lifted one hand, and the patrol froze. He closed his eyes, exhaled, and let his awareness slip inward, the way every trained Fae did when testing their Nexum flow. Root, grounded, a steady hum in his spine and legs, tying him to the mountain. Solar, a tight knot of heat in his gut, the place from which his enhancement-type nexus flared when he ordered his muscles to become more than flesh. Brow, a thin, pricking line between his eyes, where his senses sharpened beyond the merely physical, his manipulation nexus brushing the edges of perception. There, a ripple. As if the earth ahead had been hollowed and filled with stagnant Nexum, mana pooled and left to sour, pressing against the stone. "I feel it," Elion said. "Devaro, with me. The rest, bows ready. No loose heroics." Devaro, his second, gave a curt nod and moved up to his side. Devaro's primary nexus was range, his earth arrows able to split and reform mid-flight, striking multiple targets with eerie precision. Now he simply strung his bow and notched an arrow without drawing. Hail,